I had to think about this. I really had to think really carefully about what the hell we got the last 2 days from Raw and SmackDown. And I'm thinking, do they know what they're doing? I'm not saying that the decision to SmackDown Live was a total bad one. Because of the UK tour, you got a huge crowd giving a huge amount of enjoyment to this product. Because you actually see a lot more people than you normally do that's from the United States. UK crowd is a lot more enthusiastic than American fans. I'm sorry, they just are. So you got a lot more interest than you would normally have in an American arena. You just do. But then you look at this, and you look at last night before this. You think the WWE realized they got problems, and they need to do adjustments. But did they make the right decisions here? I'm not talking about SmackDown, but overall, are they making the right decisions 2 weeks before Survivor Series? That's the real question. Let's open with Kofi versus Sami Zayn. I'll give it to you like this. It was a little funny seeing Sami Zayn try to talk stupid. It was. And I will give Sami Zayn credit. He has tried to become more of a heel, and he has accomplished that. I'm not saying he's a great heel, but he has accomplished being a better heel than he was before. Even in the ring, he looks better in the ring as a heel. And Kofi Kingston kicks his ass, which I'm fine with. You know what? I want to say this about Kofi. I've always liked Kofi. He always had good charisma. But now he really has great charisma. He's always had good work in the ring, which has always been standard. He's always been able to tell a good story in the ring. He may not be a ring general, but he can tell a very good story. His physique has kind of fluctuated. He doesn't look very good because of the caved-in chest. But I will say this. If they tried to give Kofi the heavyweight championship, I would be all for it now because of how much over he is. If they gave him the title right now, he would be so over, he would blow the roof off of most of the arenas. I truly believe if Kofi Kingston won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, you would fill more of the arenas because more people would actually come and see Kofi and the New Day. But that's just me. Now, I gotta get this done now because I can't stop thinking about it. James Ellsworth versus Becky Lynch. The last time we had something like this was Santino Marella. And I didn't say anything about Bound for Glory with Santino. He was there. I didn't know what to think. I'll just leave it quiet. I don't know what's going on with him. I'm not going to say anything more about it than that he was there. But this is something that Santino Marella would do. Dealing with a woman, messing with a woman, because his stature is not much different than a woman's. Kind of bigger. And you get James Ellsworth. He makes guys look bad. He just does. Saying that no woman is a match for a man. I could tell you for 100% truth that both sexes are exactly the same. There are exceptions to every rule of how both sexes can be bigger than the other, badder than the other, stronger than the other, and weaker than the other. It's the truth. Genetically, as much as people want to say men are more superior to women, the sexes are the same. Have them in different environments, like in different countries where the sexes are equal size, it's still the same. No matter how much you want to play. And then you see it, James Ellsworth trying to embarrass himself, saying I'm superior to a woman. And he got his ass handed to him, not only by Becky Lynch, but Carmella couldn't stand him and she super kicked his ass. Done. I think she might actually be finished with him. Maybe. I don't know. She may still think of him as a dog and maybe she'll cart him around with a chain. Maybe. But still. It was at least funny for what it was. And I gotta admit, I was interested in Becky. She made me laugh. There you go. Now you got the Usos versus Chad and Shelton Benjamin. Here's the thing. When you saw what Chad Gable did to Jey Uso and did a chop block on his knee, I'm sure Shelton Benjamin is going to see him like that. Well, not see him like that. I gotta explain this. It is obvious they're going to have Shelton Benjamin have a feud with Chad Gable. He's going to see that. He's going to get angry at him for chop blocking him. There's no way he's not going to see the footage. The question is going to be this, ladies and gentlemen. Are they going to wait until after Survivor Series to pull the trigger on this? Or are they going to wait until Royal Rumble to pull the trigger on this? Because it's eventually going to happen. Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin are going to break up. It will happen. Now that maybe Jey Uso is going to be hurt, they may switch out the Usos for Chad and Shelton Benjamin. Something. There's going to be some type of controversy. I don't think they're going to do it soon. I think it'll take them time before they do it. That's just me. I could be 100% wrong and they pull the trigger too soon and they ruin it. I'm just saying. Now, Natalya had a moment with Charlotte next week. Charlotte's going to have a match against Natalya because of what happened in Hell in a Cell. It was a long time coming. I knew this was going to happen. And it kind of makes no sense to do this. I'd rather not see this until after Survivor Series. It would be better. Because you've already switched. Look. You switched the people on Raw, the tag champs. You now switched your World Heavyweight Champion. Are you going to now switch your Women's Champion? Are you going to be crazy enough to do all these switches, which could have been done months, and I repeat this again, months, or at least a month ahead of time? You could have already had Charlotte with the title. And now if she actually does win next week, this is just a really big stupid joke. Oh yeah, everyone's going to enjoy it. Because it's the way they want it to be. Because a lot of people don't want to see Alexa Bliss versus Natalya's heel to heel. They rather see Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. The goddess versus the queen. I have no problem if it was done ahead of time. Even if I don't think Charlotte is still a very good developed talent. I still think she needs a little work. But doing it like this just seems really rushed and stupid. That it should have been done at least a month ahead of time. Not a few weeks before your signature, one of your 4 signature pay-per-views. I'm just saying. Rusev video. Rusev Mosca goes up against Randy Orton and gets his ass handed to him. Why are they still doing this? Mind you, I'm enjoying Aiden English. I don't care if anyone thinks Aiden English is garbage. I've said this ahead of, I think, most of the people who do these types of videos. I don't think I'm the first to like Aiden English and do a YouTube video on him. But I'm sure I'm one of the few that had started warming up to him ahead of everybody else. I'm glad to see him. But I'm not glad to see Rusev. I'm not glad to see Rusev Day being demolished every single time by Randall Keith Orton. Not because I like Rusev Day. It's because I've seen it already. I've seen this already. This is a joke. Why? Why am I seeing Rusev constantly getting his ass handed to him? Why? Someone tell me. Tell me the reason why below. He's still jobbing and he's still in the company. If there was a lie that he was going to be leaving, fine. Maybe to drum up some interest. But this is a joke. Maybe they should just tag Rusev with Aiden English and be in the tag title scene. It'll be better than this with Randall Keith Orton. And the only reason I'm saying Randall Keith Orton is because I want to stretch this out. Now, finally, if I'm forgetting anything, I'm sorry, I don't think I am. You got AJ Styles versus Jinder Mahal. Look, I'm an AJ Styles fan. I am. I like AJ. I really do. Andre Corbell already knows I like AJ. And I'm actually happy to see AJ as champ. And I've said this before. When it came to the video I put up a couple of weeks ago of Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar, Jinder should win. I said that Jinder Mahal is the first of the mid-card jobbers to actually be given a shot. And that he could set the pace for the next mid-carder who can really do something. Now, I know a lot of people would say, AJ's not a mid-carder. Well, where has he been working on and off? He's worked in the main card. He's worked in the mid-card. He's worked in the main card. He's worked in the mid-card. I'm not saying that AJ's a Mick Carter, but he is someone that could easily take a position in the main event. He just is. I've said he's a superior. I know a lot of people are going to say I hate Finn Balor. I don't. If you got Finn versus AJ, who do you think is going to be better? It's not just because of the years AJ's put in compared to Finn. It's just AJ is just a better talent. Period. It doesn't take anything away from Finn. Finn is a good talent. Finn would be presented well. He could really get over. But he hasn't been presented well. And he's not at the same caliber as an AJ Styles. So seeing AJ come up like this, it's not a bad thing. Going up against Brock Lesnar is not a bad thing. I'm happy for him. But this is the thing that gets me. As much as this actually is a match, AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar, a match the fans want, is it the wisest thing to do? Because you, the WWE, have not given people proper build, proper presentation, proper booking for 6 straight months on both brands. No matter how much anybody would say it. Look, Baron Corbin has not been booked right. He has not. Finn Balor has not been booked right. He has not. Seth Rollins has not been booked right. He has not. Roman Reigns has not been booked right. He should have been a heel. He has not. Look at when it came to... Look, Baron Corbin, what did he do? What did that man do to get this stupidness? Look at Rusev. The majority of your talent, the WWE has not booked any of their talent properly. And instead of properly booking these people, properly presenting them, and setting up your card the way it's supposed to be, a traditional wrestling way, back in the 80s and 90s, maybe before the Attitude Era, maybe just at the edge of it. But you could have booked them that way, which would have made people happier and not give you half the amount of attendance in your arenas. Now you do this, where everyone's going to be happy. I'm sure a lot of people on the YouTubes are going to be happy as hell. We got AJ Styles and Brock Lesnar instead of Jinder Mahal. Who cares about that fucking jobber? Well, get this. This fucking jobber is one of those people that's going to stick around for a while. Brock Lesnar is going to be leaving eventually. AJ Styles is going to be a main eventer, but who is he going to go up against? Eventually, he's going to go up against Jinder Mahal. And any other Mick Carter they have, because you got no more main eventers. You got to build your main eventers up. You got to make main eventers. Where do you get them from? If they're not coming from other companies, which, to be honest, there's no major companies anymore. Even GFW is having problems. I heard what Deluxe Man said about them now hiring people to become spectators in Canada now. What? I can't do a video separate about that. I just got to say, what? This is the reason why I'm thinking of doing other reviews than GFW and WWE. Eventually, maybe next year, I'll have it ready and I will be doing reviews of other promotions. Doesn't matter how weak they are. But this is the reason why you need to build these people up. You got Mick Carters. You got jobbers in the Mick Carter and undercard. You got to make them important. Because look, how many people you got in the main event? You're going to have AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns. Is that all you got? That's it. Generally, that's it. Not talking about The Miz because they float him all over the place. Not talking about Big Show. We don't know where he's going to come back. Yeah, you can talk about Braun Strowman, but they're not ready to pull the trigger on him yet because he should have already been champ over Brock Lesnar. So this is what you got. You got those people. Now you got AJ Styles. And this is why you need to promote Mick Carters, undercarders, and jobbers. Because, see it like this. And I really want someone to tell me below if I'm wrong. The last 6 months, all the people I mentioned have not been promoted properly, have not done anything properly, have not been presented properly. And now they have to present them 2 weeks before one of their 4 important pay-per-views. This shows the WWE has not taken care of their product. And they had no choice but to change stuff around because they have no choice but to do something to drum up more interest. But this is just me. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.